All right, so today I am gonna deal with the AC compressor, right? The condensers in the front. In order to do that, it actually, if you take a look here, it's actually sitting over there. Now, to complicate the matter, there's the serpentine belt, right? That connects it in, right? And then on top of that, you need to get access up here. To make matters worse, I can't seem to remove my hard top. It's actually in there pretty good. I'm gonna attempt to try to take it out, but in the meantime, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the cover off so I can have access, so I can take out the serpentine belt, because if I don't do that, there's not much I can do, all right? So you've seen me do this before. It's nothing special. It's just a whole bunch of screws all the way around, and you'll get this out, all right? So that's first. Then we need to take out the top sections so we can get access to the actual engine bay itself, where we can disconnect and do the removal. So let's worry about one thing at a time. Lighting might not be the best, being that the sun is glaring so badly, but let's see what we can do, guys. So this should look like deja vu, right? Obviously, make sure you know how the wire is strung, right? So this is what's gonna move. So you move it this way, which will allow you to take out the whole entire belt. Once again, this is your opportunity to remove the belt, right? So the AC compressor is right over there, right? So as soon as we take out the belt, what we're gonna need to do is we're gonna need to have access up top, right? Normally without the hood, it's so much easier, right? Because you'll have full access here. I still may be able to be doable. I could take this out. I can, and you know, I've shown you the videos of getting access before, right? The great thing, of course, is there is no soft top here, so it's one less thing to worry about. However, that tray is still sitting right there, which is kind of odd. And I need to figure out how to move it out of the way. Anyway, so what should we do first? You know what? Before we take that out, let's open all this up so we can see what's going on, okay? Okay, so with some work, I was able to get the roof off. As you can see now, life is so much easier. All right, so the new dilemma, of course, is while the AC unit is right over here, it is actually being covered, right? So I need to take this hose out. I need to take these two bands out. That way it'll loosen this section up, right? I still need to get the other section so that this can come right out, which will then, I need to then move this out of the way, because here are the two hoses for the AC unit. The AC unit is sitting right there, right? The wiring for the AC unit, it's right over here, right? So we got to worry about that as well. But the goal, of course, is to take this out without breaking anything, right? So if I break this, that means I have to buy a whole new hose, and I don't want to do that. Likewise, all the other components, you know? So let me do this. Let me take a quick look around to see what I need to do. If there's anything of importance, I'll let you all know. All right, so this is a separate video on how to remove the manifold, okay? So each side is different. Let me just describe this side. Roughly, I think they're fairly the same. So as you can see, there are, first things first is you have this hose. Press both sides and you should be able to remove this. This will give you access to the bands. Then, as you can see, a flat head on both sides, and you should be able to make this move, right? So for here, you don't have to worry about that hose. You have this, right? So you're fine there. On this side, there should be, if I'm not mistaken, and I think this is a size 10, there should be a bolt right over here, 2 bolts here, 2 bolts here, and a bolt there, right? Likewise, there's also 2 additional bolts, one here and one here to hold this whole section in, right? You also have this section to deal with, but at least you have the general idea of how to remove this manifold. On this side, the only added thing is that you notice that there's a small little thing right here that is stuck, right? Likewise, you may hit a few things over there, but at least you have an idea. I mean, for me, was not ever doing this before. It took me a little bit to search around to figure out everything, all right? So I hope this helps you, as it will help me later on if I have to do this again. All right, so here's the deal. I took everything out, so this is all loose. However, there are still hoses and a lot of stuff tied to this. So what I'm gonna do is I don't really need to take it out. The only reasons why I wanna take it out is you can't see it from this view, but there's a bolt for the AC. So there's a bolt there there are 2 bolts here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the 2 bolts here and the bolt here to loosen this up. Already, if you take a look, I've already removed the serpentine belt already, okay? So the next part for me is to remove the bolt so I can remove this. And then after that, just untie the 2 connectors for the, the Freon, right? And then last but not least, this little cable right here that goes with it. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to do. So here's the deal. I took out the 2 bolts in front. These are it. And then 1 bolt in the back. So as you can see, it's already moving. Now, as you can tell, I still need to take the second wire out. And because of this, I can't take it out from here. So I'm just going to take it out from that direction. The only thing left, of course, is to clip this and then disconnect that cable. And then I will do everything in reverse to put it back in. While this is not perfect, right? Because let's be honest, it's really tight to work out of, but at least you get an idea of what it looks like and what kind of hassle I went through to remove this. Okay? All right, so as you can see, there's a giant gap in here, right? When you look down here, you notice something's missing, right? And here it is. Here's the old one. Here's the replacement one. Take a look at this. See where this thing is broken off? It should be sitting right there. Now, I'm not 100% sure if that's the cause of my problem, but it definitely doesn't help. Likewise, this looks like it's original versus this is definitely in much better shape. Hear that? Look at that. All right, so already that to me is already a better sign. All right, along the way, one of the bolt that's holding the coolant, not the coolant, you know what I mean, the Freon, was stripped, so I had to use the claw of death to pull it out. Luckily, I pulled it out. It just means that later on I have to run out and grab another one to replace it. But what I need to do now is put everything back in, okay? And Bob's your uncle, all right? Not the toughest thing, but it definitely is a bit hard due to space.